Oh, didn't see you there. That's right, it's that time again for another Doctor Who episode. So in this episode we have a gift that came all the way from Melbourne and also some Doctor Who VHS. So let's get right into it. Now first up we have this package which has come from Nine, who actually runs the Melbourne Comic Book and Toy Fair in Melbourne, and I had a chance to actually check it out back in October, and he actually reached out to me back in July through Instagram and actually said, I was watching one of your previous episodes with Doctor Who toys and I think I've got something that you would like. So let's crack on and have a look and see what Nine has sent us. Let's use the trusty Sonic. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is something that I've always wanted to get. So here we go. This is the Enemies of the Third Doctor collector's set. And I already have one of these Drashigs, as you know. I've always wanted Omega and one of the Autons as well, and now I've got them. Now this set is really expensive on eBay now. It's quite hard to get. Now I understand that Nine used to have a collectible store, and so this is obviously X stock that he had, and recently, a couple of months ago, he went through a couple of boxes of that stock and he was able to find this for me, and mate, you've knocked it out the park. Thank you so much, Nine. It is even better in person. Now obviously the plastic has come apart from the box here, and he did mention that the box is not in good condition, but far out, these display so well. Look at this, you know, Auton. I love how he's got the detachable hand that opens up with the gun in it. He's got the Nestine Consciousness in there, which is that pink orb as well. And you got Omega with this kind of 70s glittering blue dress, which looks awesome. Having a look at the side here, it actually says that his head actually detaches, which is actually part of the episode where you don't see his head. It's kind of like disappeared as well, so that's a really cool feature. And really cool to get another Drashig into the collection. So thank you so much again, Nine, for this. This will definitely go well in my Doctor Who collection. An incredible set to add, I should say. Now next up we have a box of Doctor Who VHS tapes, and this was one that I got probably a couple of months ago through Marketplace on Facebook, and yeah, just happened to see it on one of the Doctor Who pages, and a bit of back and forth, and was able to get this sent. Now there was a little bit of a delay, so the person that actually sent this to me added a couple of extra Doctor Who VHS tapes for the inconvenience. So a huge shout out to you, mate. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much for going ahead and actually adding a little bit of an extra surprise. So as you know, I recently did an episode earlier this year when I managed to get about 25 VHS tapes for about $25, which was insane. This is still quite a big number of VHS, so let's crack on and have a look and see what episodes we got. Again, the trusty old sonic screwdriver. So first up we have a Patrick Troughton episode, The Dominators, and this is pretty cool to have on VHS. I believe that there were it says original unedited black and white recordings first transmitted on August 10th, September the 7th, 1968. So there you go, that is Doctor Who The Dominators, and have a look at the artwork on that. That is beautiful artwork as always by Andrew Skeleton. Next up, we have Doctor Who Death to the Daleks. This episode is starring Jon Pertwee as the Third Doctor. Next up, we have The Mind of Evil, which is also Jon Pertwee Third Doctor episode. And I think the reason that I went for these was it was very Third Doctor heavy. I didn't have a lot of Third Doctor episodes, so I thought, why not? I'll go for that. Of course, we have another classic episode, The Sea Devils, starring Jon Pertwee as Third Doctor. And this is an absolute classic. If you haven't seen this, you've got to watch it. It's incredible introduction to the Sea Devils, and also the Master is in it as well, so you can't go wrong with that. Next up, we have another classic Doctor Who, The Ambassadors of Death, with Jon Pertwee as the Third Doctor. And I remember this really creeped me out with the astronauts. You couldn't see their faces and that until the big reveal near the end. And yeah, just a really cool episode as well. Next up, we have The War Games, starring Patrick Troughton as the Second Doctor, and this is part 1, episodes 1 to 5, and this was quite a long, drawn-out episode. And I believe this was kind of the Doctor's last episode before he generated into the Third Doctor. Then we also have The War Games, starring Patrick Troughton, which is part 2. This is obviously episodes 6 to 10. Going forwards a little bit, we've obviously got Survival, which is starring Sylvester McCoy as the Seventh Doctor and Sophie Eltred as Ace and the Master, and this was the last broadcasted episode of the classic Doctor Who series in 1989. Next up, we've got The Day of the Daleks, which is also starring Jon Pertwee as the Third Doctor, another classic Dalek episode. And then we also have Doctor Who Inferno, which is also starring Jon Pertwee as the Third Doctor, and this is another crazy episode as well, another classic one. If you haven't checked it out, you've got to check out Inferno. Now we're getting on to the last 3 VHS, which were included as bonuses. So we've got The Daleks, The Early Years, which is actually introduced by Peter Davison, and I think I remember getting this one from the video store, but yeah, pretty awesome to get that into the collection. Looking forward to watching that one. And then we have Cybermen, The Early Years, which is obviously introduced by Colin Baker, and this is one that I don't think I've seen. There might have been an insert from one of the Doctor Who DVDs, but pretty cool to get that one on VHS as well, so looking forward to watching that. And lucky last, we have Doctor Who, The Hartnell Years, presented by Sylvester McCoy. And this is one that I remember hiring from the local library when we were visiting my uncle and my grandparents in New Zealand. And I remember watching this on their VHS player and just being blown away by the behind the scenes. And they obviously go through how they made the music for Doctor Who and how they made the sound for the TARDIS as well, which was very interesting. If you haven't seen that, do a quick Google search on that. But that is The Hartnell Years, presented by Sylvester McCoy. So there you go. That is pretty much all the Doctor Who VHS that I got. And then we obviously looked at the enemies of the Third Doctor collector's set. So if there's any of those episodes that you remember watching growing up or have in your collection, let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know if you have the enemies of the Third Doctor's collector set. Would love to know. So as again, if you've liked what you've seen, please like and subscribe tonight. It will help me creating more content. And boy, do we have more action-packed episodes coming up very soon. So stay safe, stay healthy, have a great week. And you know who you're going to call, Ryan the Collector Kid. Well, I think I can hear some Daleks out there. Quick, let's go and get them.